Nice timing. Good evening, and thank you for the hydrate. If my voice sounds a little strained, it's because I've been talking for like the last hour. But yeah, we are picking up where we left off. We saved a child. We pulled a snake out of a well. We turned our body into a gift. So we've got the tender flesh. We are not suspected of witchcraft at all. And Rose and Marie is very close to being prepared as the good company. And it looks like I'm going to the woods for some reason. I can't remember exactly why. Like, maybe somebody went missing. Or maybe Elise is gonna go offer the tender flesh. No, the snake. The snake invited me to his garden, that's what it was. It's been a busy week. The details are a little bit sparse in my mind. And my mind was not very, my mind's not exactly the world's greatest archive to begin with. The towel? This place certainly feels more magical than the wheat field. It's got a watery aesthetic, makes sense because I get wine here. Well, wine in air quotes. Can you feel it, lass? My neck. It aches, doesn't it? That kiss of mine. You wretch, what did you do to me? You did well in finding me in these depths. What is this? Something's writhing. Come to me, lass. Sink deeper. I will give you nothing less than what you seek. That serpent's dangerous. I don't like it one bit. A porcelain knife. I'd best think twice before using this. I can think of a few uses for a porcelain knife, but it's probably gonna break after one. Ow. Porcelain is very, very easy to damage. This gate's so heavy looking. I'm not strong enough to push it open. must find a way to get past these things somehow. Elise says, holding an open flame. Well, not an open flame, but holding a real fire. Can I use the knife on these? Maybe if I try something else. Doesn't seem to be working. This place is very different from that crow's realm, isn't it? I can't head back now. I must see this through. It's like I'm totally on board with seeing this through. I just... need to find something else that I can interact with. There's something on the other side, but how to get there? Not what I should be using here. Ooh, a pot. Can I break that? Another knife. Okay, so the knives are definitely consumables of some description. Okay, so it just worked that time. Oh dear. What in the... It moved. Bad idea. How? I'm safe. Whatever that thing is, it doesn't seem to follow me on solid ground. Did I just make my life harder for no benefit?
What is this?
Wait, was that
Freya.
Freya? I got yeeted. Oh, that thing's upset. Okay, I guess I had to release it after all. What in the Lord's name was that noise? Oh, how foolish I was to think that he would have granted me all my heart desires. He didn't. I faltered in my resolve, in my determination. If only I had taken that last step. Why didn't you? You will know in time. I suppose I will. She faltered in her resolve, was it? Disturbed solely by the endless water stream, the moon's reflection graces its surface in everlasting companionship. Okay, so presumably Presumably, like, whatever bad thing happens to these girls to turn them into these, like, golden spirits only happens if they screw up? Question mark. So if I have the resolve to sacrifice Rose and Marie, I should be okay. Lost in thought, as it were, the statue's gaze loses itself in solemn contemplation. And that monster is presumably still out there. And needs to destroy this thing for me. Hello. I knew you'd show up sooner or later, lass.
Out with it!
Why don't we get this over with, serpent? Where's the testament you promised me? My, I don't see the need to rush. I'm already bearing the sting of your bite, serpent. What else is it that you want from me? You've received his gift, shared your flesh with that oaf of a crow. It is now my own turn to partake, lassie. It stings, does it? What did you do to me, you wretch? Come find me on the farther side of these gates. Show me your resolve, traverse these depths. Only then shall I give you what you want.
Wait!
Won't you at least tell me your name, serpent? It's Aziel, lass. This is such an odd lock. How am I to get it open, I wonder? It must be meant for some sort of key, but... For heaven's sake. I'll go mad if I stay here any longer. Let's just patch ourselves up a little bit. You too will be bathed in gold, lass. All who meet him share the same fate. Did he not grant your wish? We golden maidens belong to him, lass. Regardless of whether it is your wish he's granted or if you were gifted to him. What? To think I was once in your shoes? Gifted to him? So yeah, presumably either I falter and I become a golden maiden, or I sacrifice my partner and she becomes a golden maiden. Basically, this is quite firmly something that, like, I really should not be partaking in. Lebkuin? Lebkuin? That couldn't be her. Come, lass. Your goodness is much needed. My goodness, you say? Exactly, there was a point where I could have stopped. I'm already past it. May as well keep going. Like, I'm committed now. I can't pull out. I know what you seek in these depths. That serpent's the key to its burrow, yes. In this woodland guarded by the masked beasts is its second half. What about the first half? Make your way deeper into the lagoon, and I'll surrender it to you. Exactly, I'm already dead, may as well make it a big explosion. If I'm going down, I'm taking chat with me. What lagoon? Wait. For goodness sake. Nope. It's shining so bright. I can't see what's at the bottom. Illuminated from its depths, the water's surface blooms as the iridescent shades of teal waltz in its gentle undulation. Can I stick my hand in it? Was this part of a bigger statue, I wonder? Toppled upon a dense bush, the cracked stone statue rests eternally, as it were, in a peaceful slumber. Oh, there's more than one of them. That makes my life a little bit difficult. Just a little. Ow. I feel like I'm not very good at this kind of challenge. Oh, there's thorns there. Definitely makes my life a bit harder. Does it help that I kind of have a hard time parsing the scenery?
Lebkuchen.
Okay, we made it back to where we made it back to where we were before. I did not get to keep my porcelain knives, but that makes sense. Devoid of any traceable expression, the statue's hands rest crossed across its chest in an elegant pose. And I got the serpent key. This ought to be it. I'd best find the other one. Yeah, that was fast. I was going to say something witty, but then I forgot my train of thought. That's the second bridge like that that I've crossed. You again? Come, lass. You ought to keep your word. I have my doubts as to whether you'll keep yours. Follow the moonlight, and you shall receive its graces. Follow the moonlight. Oh, simple enough. You've come to our rescue. Rescue? My other half has been shattered in 3, left to rot in these depths. I beg of you, find the great statues, uncover where they've kept my other half. You're giving me the other half of this key, surely. I'm not about to wander this lagoon with no purpose. I have what you seek, yes. Find my other half, put us to rest, and I shall aid you as well. You'd best keep your word. Interesting. These moon phases, what are they for? They seem to be connected somehow. Wrong button. The more I look at this slate, the more it reminds me of a map. That's an interesting comparison to draw. Three great statues. Okay, I think I'm going in a big circle. Oh, Okan, thank you so much. I hope you're having a lovely day. Stick to the previous room for now. Noted. I might have to loop back around. Just got back from eating sushi. I keep meaning to go try Inari Sushi. There's like a place near me that I could get it at. It's just they open at weird hours, and I just never made the time to go to it. Reload the save, but what if I need it more later? I want to run the whole loop again. I mean, I'm a fox. Running in circles is kind of a thing that I do. Look, see, I'm back here already. Ow, my face. looking at my face, which is now currently splattered over that tree. Yeah, Inari Sushi has, aborage in it. And in folklore, aborage is like a thing that kitsune love to consume. So I really want to try it for myself. But there's like only one place around here that serves it. And I've never like made the trip out to it. Take heed. Pour all that is your passion into his 6 vessels, lass. Pursue his blessing at the peak of luminescence, and you too shall drown in his allure. Okay, so we want the full moon. Hello? Don't you smack me. This is not full, but we're getting there. Take heed. Drowning in eternally rushing waters, such is our fate. In limbo we remain, doomed to gaze up at the moon's eternal crescent. Okay, so one in the crescent, one in the full. These things can't get me if I'm standing out of the water. Basically, the floor is lava. Tried looking up restaurants that had Inari sushi, couldn't find any nearby at all. If you're just after the aborage, you might have an easier time looking for kitsune ramen or kitsune udon. Six vessels, peak luminescence, drowning in cascade, eternal crescent. It's definitely confusing. Six vessels at the peak of luminescence. I may have seen those before in this lagoon. Six vessels at the peak of luminescence. Find something resembling a current. That's not fair. I was out of the water. I just got comboed. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Take heed. One's path is nothing but the reflection of one's ungodliness. Only in the embrace of the new moon may one purify their sins. Okay, so full moon, new moon, crescent moon. The new moon was over here. Have to reactivate the other two statues as well. Oh, can I like not progress until they're all active? Alright. Hello? Lost in thought, as it were, the statue's gaze loses itself in solemn contemplation. Oh, this is the start. This is where I take the keys when I'm done, I think. Or not. I bet I have to interact with something there. Six vessels of the peak of luminescence. I guess that's like the fountain that's like really bright. If it's not the full moon. And then the crescent moon is probably the thing that's like... Oh wait, hello. Not you. These were the six vessels, huh? I suppose I'd best solve the other great statue's riddles. Did I do it right? Alright. Gotta find the other statues first. There was another one over here. It was just ahead. Here we are. Drowning in eternally rushing waters like a river. Okay, yeah, that's the bridge. And then the last one's like that really bright river. I'm willing to bet. right here. How do I interact with you? Everything's in the previous room? Oh. Well, that's counterintuitive, just a little bit. I thought this was this big fancy multi-screen puzzle. Oh well. Okay, so new moon and crescent moon. But is it a waxing crescent or a waning crescent? Because there's two types of crescent. New moon, we're looking for a reflection, whatever that means. The rushing waters, huh? Well, that worked out. Still gotta find the reflection, though. We take those. Oh, is it because the reflection on that one didn't match it? Or because like it had a reflection and the others didn't? That vision, it's that spirit's second half. Gotta go find it, I suppose. The foxways stumble into the solution when I can't figure it out. I mean, if it works. I beg of you, lass, keep me company. I wish to be reunited with my innocence. Alright, come along, I'll take you there. Okay, staying close to this thing. We owe you our everlasting gratitude. May you receive his blessing. Stray not from your destined path. And now I got the second key. I suppose this is the key that I'm missing. Stray not from my destined path, huh? What? What is this? A corridor? We are awaiting you beyond the Crimson Bridge. No choice but to go through here, I suppose. Rosemary? Rosemary? Wait. You'd think that Elise would be savvy to that particular ruse by now. Oh, and now it's a blood moon. A little bit scary.
What is this?
I'm back here? I'm losing my wits in this maze. To be fair, it's a teleporter maze. You can be forgiven. I can't move. I'm paralyzed. He speaks not but the truth. Fortune runs in your blood, lass. It's you again, you wretched serpent. I can feel its warmth. How deeply you ache for this wish of yours, lass. Can you feel it, this venom of mine reaching down to your fingertips? I'm burning. What are you doing to me, you wretch? This fear residing in you is merely a pebble in your path. It is your coronation you're conceiving, one tribute at a time, and thus... Lakuin? You ought to keep faith in his word. Yeah. As it is he who's to honor your name, and you who is to reunite with him at the peak of the full moon. Reunite? I've never met him. Embrace it, Elise. Your most vile lust for sovereignty, your thirst for promiscuous blasphemy. Lakuin, what are you saying?
Elise.
Pursue it, Elise. I ache to drink from your venom and bask in your glory. My glory? Your most vile thirst for extravagance, your devotion to opulence. I ache to dine on your flesh and bathe in your radiance. Let me go, you! Embosom it, Elise. Your fearless lust for all that shines gold. Rosemary, allow me, Elise, to endow you with all that is my being and my purpose. I ache to adore your name, your beauty. I yearn for the taste of your venom. Wait.
Wait.
Savor it, Elise. Revel in it, Elise. I might have to look away from this. Indulge, Elise. By this deliverance of chastity in your heredity as I bear witness. So be it. The Needle Testament. That was a lot less effort than the Wheat Testament. My whole body is aching. Mood. Rosemary, Lakuin, and Freya. We were all... It's this dream again, but I...
What is this?
When did I fall asleep? Another one of these sequences with like the dancing and the singing. Gotta pursue that castle. Thank you for the hydrate. Are you deaf? You ought to hurry now, or you'll miss it. Miss what? Hurry now, hurry now. Yeah, I get the impression that like I'm on a fairly strict time limit to collect all 3 testaments. So I'd better get to dating Lepkuin. Or not Lepkuin, Roseraine. I need 2 more purple hearts from her. And then it's maxed out, presumably, and I can sacrifice her. For the sake of my dream. The testament. Oh, it's in my pocket. To think last night really happened. I'd best go find Rosemary. Oh, she's been pierced by an arrow. The Lord's name? I believe one of the previous tapestry pieces was like a hunter pointing an arrow at the caged unicorn.
Good morning, Elise.
Good thing you're here, Elise. I brought Flock in because of the rain, you see. I still remember that time that Flock looked like he contained the soul of a murdered Victorian child. There's something going on with that goat. He's well behaved anyhow, aren't you, Flock?
I see.
It's raining?
Yes.
Oh, you hadn't noticed? By now I have all the context to guess what the portrait is. Right now my best guess is that it's like letting me know which route I'm on. Or like how screwed Elise is. Oh, you hadn't noticed? Alright, well, it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry,
You went out last night.
Now that you mention
I did? I got the second testament, I suppose.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh, Elise, that's wonderful. You can prepare the gift now. I was starting to fret because you've been avoiding talking about it. There isn't much to talk about, Rosemary. Ever since we went there together, you've been a little... You said it yourself, didn't you? That I ought to do this myself, for my own sake, and...
Elise.
Elise...
You know,
Well, I didn't mean... You know...
Oh,
You're right, Elise. It truly does only concern you. Going to the woodland with you on Tuesday wasn't... You agree, don't you, Flock?
for goodness sake.
He's a goat, Rosemary. Anyhow, it's best that we move along before it gets late. It's really pouring, isn't it? Oh, we'll be drenched in no time. It reminds me of when Cranny and I would go on strolls in the rain. Why would you do such a thing? It's as Granny always used to say, Elise. We ought to embrace things as they are, in their purest state. I'm not sure that applies to the rain, Rosemary. Why, it applies to everything in life, Elise. You say so? Yeah, I'm a little concerned that I'm not gonna have 2 dates before the game ends. Like, I definitely get the impression that, like, there's many endings to this game. And that one of them is definitely, like, failing to prepare the gifts in time. And I'd be a little embarrassed if that was my first run. But if it is, it is. I still fully expect there to be some point where, like, I jump over that and, like, my reflection is either absent or screwed up. I can't remember what Muffy wanted. I think she wanted a soup. Ooh, cute puppy. Where is everyone? I suppose folks wouldn't like standing in the rain.
For goodness sake.
Folks don't care about that in Kuiperberg, Rosemary. Come now, let's see what's going on.
Yes.
Ah, yes. This week went by so quickly, didn't it? I can hardly believe it's almost the full moon, too. What of it, Rosemary? Your fate will be revealed tomorrow, at least. Both of our fates in a way. Oh yeah, I am on a timer. You truly can't think of anything else, can you? Can you? For goodness sake. I can tell you're rather restless, Elise. Well, I haven't been having much rest lately, have I? I suppose, but... It's alright, Rosemary. We ought to embrace it, right? Embrace everything in its purest state. Yes! My mind goes back to that one date that I forgot to attend right at the beginning of the game. If I hadn't missed that, I'd be a heart ahead and I could finish it off today. I'm gonna be a little upset if I miss it by such a narrow margin. Just a little, though. Such are the risks of a blind playthrough. That said, we're gonna take tonight's 5-minute break now. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom, anything you feel like you can pull off in 5 minutes. I'll see you in about that long. I once again forgot to take the Majora's Mask thing off of this. That's probably misleading, I should probably, there. Alright, I'll see you in 5. I return. Find out what happened. Well, the church is probably the first place to check. Look, Kuhin, you're entirely too good to me. What's going on? Oh, you think I'm losing my wits too? No such thing, Mrs. Odiel. What's wrong, Mrs. Odiel? This rain, lass, that's what's wrong. It's just a little rain. What do you know, lassie? There's no need to be so curt, Mrs. Odiel. Look how dark the sky is, Lipkuin. We nearly need our lanterns, and in broad daylight. What do you think the cause is? Lack of faith, Elise. Yours and all of Kyberberg's. None of this would have happened had we all prayed. It may be best that you two leave. I'll handle this. Lipkuin just goes and like phone calls God, like, hey, can you hook us up with a little bit of sunlight? I like how this older woman's sprite is clipping in front of Elise. I can't help but think it was ill will, Mrs. Marielle. What was, Mrs. Ariane? Oh, Elise, it's awful. Freya's maypole got torn down because of the wind and the rain. You think Sodi did all that to the maypole, Mrs. Ariane? That's what we all think, Elise. Are you certain it couldn't have been the rain? With all that's been going on, lass. It's such a shame, she put so much time into it. Maybe we're making a greater deal out of it than we ought to. I'm certain that's it, Mrs. Marlin. Oh, how I would like to believe you, Elise. Even I will lend Freya a hand with the maypole if need be, Bertha. These two lassies will too, I'd wager. Of course, Mr. Heinrich. This was ill will, Father.
Now that you mention it...
It could have been the rain, Mrs. Bertha. As it likely was, anyhow. What matters is that we lend Freya a hand, folks. Heinrich's right. We can't be without a maypole tomorrow. Oh, it truly has been one thing after another. We ought to gather for prayers. I would like all of Kyverberg to gather in church this afternoon. You're doing something at last. It's imperative that we are all united and of the same mind. I'll make certain to spread the word, Father. Gathering all these frightened folks in the same place can't be a good thing. I suppose I can't miss it, though. Okay, I want to find Dorothy because I don't want to kiss the rat. What are you doing out here in the rain, Lipcoin? I've been visiting folks' homes, is all. What for? Everybody's a little bit on edge because of the rain. Father Hans wanted me to help settle the townsfolk. Sent you to entertain this foolery, huh? It's alright, Elise. I'm feeling rather well rested. Even if that's the case, Lipcoin. It's the festival tomorrow, Elise. What does the festival have to do with it? Why, it's only one more day. As long as you don't push it. I won't. Right, I can use my map to find things. I keep forgetting that. Oh, Elise, I'm so glad to see you. What can I help you with, Mrs. Dorothy? I'm going to be lending Freya a hand in a little while, you see. Could you fetch me some logs for the hearth in the meantime? Of course. I'll bring you as many as you need. Oh, thank you, Elise. And I will take Rosemary's help. I really just want to date my girlfriend. Like I'm scared of running out of time. S must be pretty brutal on this one if 50's not enough. Ah well, A's good enough. Just what I needed, Elise. Thank you, my dear. No, thank you, Mrs. Dorothy. And I didn't feed Muffy, so she raised suspicion. And I can go date Rosemary. Yeah, Muffy did follow me, she just didn't talk to me. I figured that she'd give me more time before she started causing trouble. Like I could deal with her later today. Meet her by the creek. I also just noticed something. Romantic event is one word. Like on the list of things. Did I save? No, I did not. I probably should. Yeah, it's not even poor kerning, it's just straight up... they put it down as one word, they forgot a space. But yeah, I'm basically about to do the Persona thing, where it's like, I reset the conversation until I get the outcome that I want. I think it's kind of cool what they try to do in Persona, where it's like, hey, make like legitimate bonds with these people. But it really feels more manipulative than anything else. It's like, ah yes, tell these people exactly what they want to hear. You just purchased this game, you've been just trying to decide whether or not to get it for like a week. I hope you enjoy it. I am trying to find Rosemary. I think I saw her in town earlier, actually. Maybe I gotta, like, send her this way. Yeah, or like right after a girl gets assaulted, you like lay hands on her. And then a bunch of people like don't realize what they did wrong and complain about it on the forums. Oh dear, she was here earlier. It says meet her by the creek. And like I'm trying to hit the party chat button and it's not doing anything. So surely she's somewhere on that screen. So while I look for Rosemary, I got a silly story from work today. So for the time being, not for much longer, but for the time being, I work in a grocery store. I put dairy on shelves, so that's stuff like, that's cheese, that's yogurt, that's more cheese, that's butter, stuff like that. Mostly stuff that like comes out of cows. But like if you walk into the aisle that I work in, it is quite blatantly an aisle filled with cheese and yogurt and butter, and nothing else. So a guy comes into my aisle, and basically like paces up and down it for a little bit, and then he flags me down. He's like, hey, can you help me? And I'm just like, sure, what do you need help with? He's like, I've been looking all over for this, but I can't find it. He pulls out his smartphone, and he shows me a picture of a bag full of grapes. and I just have to spend like a few seconds like mentally rebooting. And I'm like, you're not going to find grapes in the cheese aisle. Yeah, he was looking for grapes in the cheese aisle. It's like you can find perhaps like a few more things here than like you might expect. Like it's also where we keep the jello, the rice pudding, and the and like a few like nut snacks. I'm trying to enunciate that very carefully. Some nut snacks. But yeah, you're not gonna find grapes in the cheese aisle. Try the other side, what do you mean? And I was telling another friend, that story, like, before a stream, and he hit me with the greatest one-liner that I've heard in a very long time, which was, "Is grapes cheese?" Like, in the context of, like, that should have been your response, like, "Is grapes cheese?" But I think that it's a very powerful line as a standalone. Is grapes cheese? Question mark, exclamation mark. And this Elise wasted her entire day looking for Rose and Marie at a river. Peak might contain more than this screen, but this is where the flashing heart is. Like if I come over here, it's Grapevine Path. And then this is Viewpoint. You don't recall her being weird, hard to find? In all honesty, it might be some kind of bug. Like, given that I'm the one holding the controller, we really can't discount the possibility that this is just some really weird, obscure bug. Yeah, it's just this screen. Like, maybe Muffy kidnapped her because I didn't feed her. I'm gonna roll back time just in case. Okay, so Rose and Marie's in my party now. We come down here, we skip through this event. Google says you have to do the church event first. Ah. Yeah, that was unclear, but thank you so much. While I'm here, let's see if I can get some soup for the glutton. She wanted soup, right? I don't have enough money for soup. got a crucifix I can sell. Or a rosary, rather. Alright, you little brat, come here. It was you, Elise. What have I done now, Martha? You tore down the maple. Have you completely lost your mind, Melly? Ah, so it wasn't you, Elise. Of course it wasn't me, you little... Wait, have you been telling folks it was me who... Not yet. I came to you for some apple strudel. It was not soup.
Alright.
You're not telling anyone anything of the sort, you hear me? Watch me, I can run really fast, Elise.
Is that so?
Spread all the nonsense you want, Matilda. It's not like folks take you seriously anyhow. Oh, you'll regret this, Elise. You dare drag my name through the mud and I'll throw you. Who cares at this point? Well, that's one way to deal with her. That was a noise, what the heck? That was like a Minecraft cave noise in broad daylight. In the middle of the day in Kieferberg. I was gonna say in broad daylight, but it's really not. Where would I even get a strudel? Does the bakery sell them? Oh, yeah, there it is. Ah well, too late now. I'll do this over. I'll still take Rosemary's help. I just realized chop and kick could also very well serve as the inputs for a martial arts game. I got bonked. Not doing as well as I did last time. Maybe I'll get lucky with gold logs. Or maybe I'll screw it up. Maybe I'll really screw it up. We'll just try that one again. I believe with less failure this time. Immediately as I say it. Immediately as I say it. Yeah, I might have to reload. I feel like I'm off my game. Like I'm not doing nearly as well as I could be. Sensing my inner impure thoughts and bonking them out, I have no such things. I'm a pure and innocent maiden. I like how it's like you pass instead of you win or you fail. It's like, eh, it's something. I try not to make a habit of this, but I think I just loaded the save that's in the future. Alright, one more run through. We'll grab the strudel while we're here. I'm stumbling over my words. I've got a second story from work from today. Selling. So, once again, I work in dairy. That means I can tell you about cheese. I can tell you about yogurt. I can tell you about butter. I really don't know my way around other things. So a woman walks up to me with a package of sausages, which are made of meat, and she kind of like shoves it into my face while I'm in the middle of working. It's like this old woman walks up to me, shoves this package of sausages right in my face, and there's a sticker on it that says special, and it says nothing else, it just says special. And she's like, what does special mean? To which I respond, well, I don't work in meat, so I don't actually know what special means. But if you go over there, that's the meat department, which is like 10 seconds away on foot. It's over there, I'm pointing directly at it. You could ask them, and they'll probably know what makes their meat special. And this old woman just gives me this look of absolute disgust, repeats her question, but what's special about it? And I say, I don't know what's special about it, why don't you try asking in the meat department? And she just like makes this noise of disgust and stomps off in the completely wrong direction that is not the way to the meat department. And you would think that that would be the end of that story, but not much longer, like less than a minute later, I hear her in a conversation with one of my co-workers, who is a larger man, so his voice carries. So I hear his side of the conversation. And his side of the conversation was something to the effect of, well, I don't know what makes the meat special, but if you go to the meat department, which is right over there, you can ask them, and they probably know better. And the woman just made this even louder noise of disgust and stormed out. I really have no idea what was going on there. Alright, you little brat, come here.
Puppy!
It's you. Here, take the most expensive food that I bought. She's probably gonna demand a turkey on the day of the festival.
For goodness sake!
Alright, alright. Is this what you want?
Oh boy, oh boy!
You'll keep your mouth shut then? You think that I'd hate a character that blackmails me for expensive food? No, I kind of do, but it's like if I don't pay her off, she makes things worse for me. I'll say nothing, not even a little squeak.
For goodness sake!
Oh, I'll be the one making you squeak if you dare utter a single word, Maggie. Lewd. This better be the last time I have to bribe her. To be fair, she ran off without making a follow-up demand. So we've got that in our favor. Yeah, there's that noise again. I heard it was a whole ordeal to get this grindstone down the hill. What is that noise? Like, that is something that I don't think I should be overlooking. Oh well. Don't catch a cold standing out there, Rosemary. That's alright, Elise. I'm used to it. And it's awfully nostalgic, too. Nostalgic, you say? I miss spending time in nature, you see. Granny and I would often dance about in the rain. You'd be catching colds quite often, I imagine. Oh, on the contrary. I may look fragile, but I'm tough. Stubborn, too. Elise. I wouldn't know what to do if you got sick, Rosemary. I can take care of myself, Elise. Oh, don't you start. I'm trying to look after you here. Like you always do, I know. For goodness sake. So, fun fact that is probably common knowledge. Weather like rain and snow and stuff like that. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Weather like rain and snow and stuff like that, doesn't actually make you sick, typically. What it does do is it forces everybody indoors into close quarters, which is like a hotbed for the transmission of existing disease. So it's less that the cold makes you sick, and more that the cold makes you hang out with people who'll get you sick. It's also why kids are sick all the time. It's because you force them into these like cramped concrete rooms with like 30 other kids. And as soon as one kid gets anything, the entire class has it. And then they bring it home, and their parents share it with their coworkers. I'm not bitter. Oh, Elise, I'm so glad to see you. Let's let's try and do a really good job this time. We'll lock in, as the kids say. Ariel said before fucking up the entire thing, pardon my French. I like how natural Elise looks holding that axe. M-rated? Is this M-rated? It probably is, but I genuinely forgot. It isn't, but it should be. Fair assessment. It's an 8, we take those. Okay, so now we go to church, and then we go on a date with our girlfriend. We abandoned 2 childhood friends for it, come to think of it. Kind of a mean thing to have done. Brethren, I've gathered you here today to address the recent goings-on. You're rather late, Father. We've had enough. Show some respect, Elma. No, she's right. We need answers, Father. I'm afraid we will not be getting many today, Guido. If this is yet another plea for us to overlook the situation, why don't we let Father Hans take the lead? He's had it all week, and look where it got us, Gustav. We are to gather here this evening for a vigil, brethren. Together, we are to appeal to the Lord's mercy and benevolence, as well as... All that'll do is put a lid on folks' troubles, Father. That's right, we need this witch to pay. Who would you suggest ought to pay, Lorelei? Where's this witch you folks speak of? Gustav's right, we don't know where to turn. Thank you so much for the resub, I really appreciate it. And yes, hi Raid, it's always good to have you around. Prayer will show us the path we ought to follow, brethren. Why, I've prayed all day, every day, and nothing's changed, Father. I fear for my poor Jacob, Father. Whoever's out there, they're taking our children, compromising our livelihoods. It's a decision folks want, Hans. We ought to search every lass in town for the witch's mark. We ought to do no such thing, you old geezer. That's no way to address your elders, Elise.
Is that so?
Perhaps if my elders hadn't completely lost their wits. Rest assured, Elites, no lass in Kyberberg will be searched, young or old. You fools still resist what must be done. Old Johann's right, we must see this through.
This is ridiculous!
Are you going to do it then, Mr. Ludwig? If there's anyone who ought to do it, it's Liv Kuhn.
I wonder...
Me, Mrs. Brunhild? Of course, lass, you're a woman of God. Woman of God or not, Liv Kuhn is to be searched as well.
Out with it!
None of you are touching her. Still, Elise, we ought to search someone. It may be for the best, Elise. Are you searching Freya too, then? And Mrs. Lisbeth? No exceptions, lass. Truth is, we don't know anything about your cousin, Elise. Why don't we start with her? That's right. This all started the day she got here.
But
No, I haven't done anything.
Out with it!
Nobody's laying a finger on her. I saw her. I saw Elise's cousin. She's the witch. Oh, Apfel's the boy that I rescued. He's got the crow in his eye. Can I divert suspicion to him? My beloved daughter. Elise saw her too. She talked to the witch. There it is, folks. They're the witches. Oh, Apfel. So it was true, Elise. You and your cousin are the ones who have been making our lives
Out
hell.
with it!
No, you're mistaken. We've done nothing of the sort. Confess, the lot of you, confess to your sins, you wretched witches. Did you or did you not meet your cousin in the woods, Elise? I feel like vehemently denying it is what an innocent person would do. It's like, of course I didn't. That would call the child's testimony into question. But he is marked, so if they doubt him and they look at him and they see the crow in his eye, maybe they'll put him to death.
For goodness sake!
I was all by myself right until I found him. Why, the lad says he saw you too, Elise.
Wait!
I didn't meet anyone in the woods, I swear. Oh my goodness, look. It's the witch. The witch is here. Oh, we're all going to die.
That's enough!
We must keep calm, folks. Keep calm. She was there. I saw her. She had yellow eyes. What do you have to say for yourself, lass?
But
I was nowhere near the woods. I'd gone home by then. How are we to know such a thing, you witch? If the lad says he saw you, lass. No, I truly had gone home.
Out with it!
Why are you doing this, you little... Is she even your cousin, Elise? Truly, I've been thinking about it all week. I am. I truly am her cousin. Not even you know your own cousin, Elise. Perhaps she's been a bad influence on you. No, she's anything but, Mr. Bernard. She's good. She's helping.
This is ridiculous!
Your folks are losing your minds. Bad influence or not, what matters is whether she's a witch. How do you explain your cousin's kooky getup, Elise? All the things she said and done, too. I've never...
Oh, shush it!
Pinning it on my cousin isn't gonna solve. Apfel said he saw you two in the woods, Elise. What does he know about the woods? Oh, the suspicion is growing. We must be reasonable here.
That's That's enough!
I've heard enough. Search her. We ought to search the lass right now, find the witch's mark. I will take no more of this nonsense.
That's enough!
That is enough. Can't you see what you're doing to Kuiperberg? Can't you see this witch nonsense is turning us against each other? The witch is clearly right here in Kuiperberg, lass.
Oh, what can we do?
Nobody in Kuiperberg could ever do such a thing, old Johan. We are a family, all of Kuiperberg, no exceptions. Although we all understand your feelings, Freya. You clearly don't, Father. Nobody does. Abdel believes he's seen the witch. Folks have been on edge all day. All of this is a consequence of how we've been facing this crisis. With fear, hostility, and hesitation. It's all very nice, Freya, but we need to do
I
something.
know.
Let's do the vigil then. Work on the preparations for the festival, together. Like the family we are, the family we've always been.
Atta girl!
Freya, would you folks truly burn me at the stake? Or Elise, Livkuin, even Rosemarie? I expected more from my family. That's all I wanted to say. You said more than enough, Freya. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Or for the hydrate. All this hydration will help me if I get caught on fire. By witch hunters. You said more than enough, Freya. All of Kuiperberg is to meet here tonight for prayer. As we ought to have done from the start. Move along now, folks. We are to focus on what we ought to do. Protect our home at all costs. My ears are a bit sus. How so? I'm a perfectly normal village maiden. I didn't like that one bit. It's best I head back to work. Not very human of me. I'm definitely human. This is just a hairstyle that I hear through. And this tail is just like a... hairstyle. Yes, I'll save my game. Don't want to miss out on a purple heart. I'm really hoping I can get one tomorrow before midnight. There she is. There she is. I'll spend some time with her. Ah, Elise, look what I found. A rock. Oh, but doesn't it look like flock? There's even a little tail, look. A little tail, you say? This one too, doesn't it look like a chicken? Chicken, you say? There's the beak, see? So this is how you put that bracelet together, huh?
Yes.
Ah, yes, that's right. Lord knows why you're so drawn to useless junk. It stops being junk the moment you give it meaning, Elise. That bracelet means plenty to both of us, wouldn't you say?
Shush it, you.
Oh, shush it.
I...
Say, Rosemary, how come I can't seem to find meaning in any of this? What do you mean, Elise? Hyperberg's so dear to everybody, yet I'm treated like a witch. Working myself to the bone, putting up with their ill tempers. It all made more sense when Granny Hall was still with me. I think our Granny's passing has affected us in similar ways. We're nothing alike, Rosemary. All Granny Hall's passing meant for me was isolation. That too, Elise. I felt lonesome as well, but you see, that's when I started following my own path, and I'd say... You'd say the same applies to me, huh? Doesn't it? Not in Kyverberg, Rosemary. There's nothing for me here. I'm much more than what this town sees in me. Ah, look at these. There's something in the creek. Huh? It's gold. You see, Elise, I don't think meaning is something that you find. I think it's something that you create. Take that nugget we just found, for example. What about it? Something so precious sitting in such a place, waiting to be seen. It reminds me of you, Elise. Rosemary, I'm not asking you to change your mind about Kyverberg, but chasing after what truly matters to you, that's where meaning is found. Meaning, huh? It's not the same for everyone, is it? You have to focus on what truly matters most to you, Elise. That's...
I'm sorry,
There's something I'd like to tell you, Elise, and I'd say that there's something you'd like to tell me, too. I suppose there might be, but... Come now, let's head back to town before you get any better.
Rose and Marine!
Rosemary! Hurry, Elise. Why, you... Strong bond. Wait, did I just max it out? I'm pretty sure that strong bond is not the notice that I got the last few times. Maybe it's just the penultimate notification. Okay, there is a date at the festival, that's good. I can declare my love for her, and then sacrifice her. Okay, the chicken job is up near the stables. Doesn't look like there's anything else to do right now. I think I'll do the chicken minigame. That one's overflowing again. I think I'll do the chicken minigame and then I'll call it for tonight. It is that time of night. I won't bite you, Mrs. O'Deal. Oh, Elise, what am I to do? I've been scared witless all week. Everybody can tell, Mrs. O'Deal. Oh, will you please fetch me some eggs, lass? Alright. If that's what you need, Mrs. O'Deal. I don't need help for this. Hopefully. didn't quite get the S, but I didn't quite need the S, so it's fine. I think my mistake was grabbing the egg while they were still in motion instead of waiting for them to be distracted with their feed. And unless there's some kind of immediate cutscene, we'll call it as soon as I find a save point. Hello? One more to join our entourage, I see. Huh? Oh, it's marvelous, you'll surely agree. The banquets, the spectacles, the prestige. What are you talking about? You'll see it when you get there. Oh, he's given me all I could ever want. Which was? Why, luxury, wealth, opulence. Oh, I can't wait to have you and your innamorata with us. Wait, what? On your way home, lass. Wouldn't it be best if we walked you home, Elise? Ah, it's no trouble, lass. There's no need to fret, Mr. Gustav. I'll be alright. If you say so, Elise. The sooner you go, the better. I'll see you in church then. I'll be there, Freya. We best get to preparing supper too, Freya. I ought to have a word with Father Hans before this vigil. Oh, is that why Gustav is like so consistently nice to me? Is because like he's the father of my childhood friend? That would make sense. I only noticed that now? Yeah. I don't think it was ever brought up before. Obvious. Thank you all so much for showing up. I really appreciate it each and every time. Next stream will be on Friday. The game will be Majora's Mask. The next time I'm streaming Little Goody 2 Shoes will be on Wednesday. Soon-ish, I might need to adjust my schedule. Which, at first, would probably just take the form of like starting a little bit earlier and ending a little bit earlier. Just letting you know that that's on the horizon. Yes, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful night, and I hope to see you again. Good night.